Hey there, everyone. It's Amy from the Creative Confidence Catch-Up here. Welcome to the podcast that's designed to inspire, motivate, and encourage you no matter where you are in your creative journey. Join us as we share insights, stories, and triumphs of individuals who have harnessed their creative confidence from discovering your unique voice to overcoming creative blocks. We'll delve into strategies to overcome any self-doubt you may have that can help propel you forward. So in today's Creative Confidence catch-up today, I'm going to be chatting to Dan. Would you like to tell us a bit about yourself, Dan?
Yeah, I'm Dan. I'm from Staffordshire. I own a freelance company called DRB Designs. Specialise in branding, illustration. And I do all sorts of creativity. So painting, I do a bit of photography as well. Which we do a bit of everything.
Awesome, that's great. Do you sometimes do you find that having lots of things to do you find that it can often be maybe a struggle to get everything done, or how do you find it?
Yeah, no, it's quite good. You have to be well planned, I suppose. And it's nice to divulge in different mediums because you're always creating, so you never lose love for it, I suppose. Yeah, you do a bit of illustration one day, a bit of branding another, and then I'll do painting at the weekend. Just that is more just for my mental.
So it keeps it
Yeah.
exciting, I suppose. Keeps it exciting and fresh. Yeah, that's cool.
I suppose the money side's not always great, but I suppose if you've got a normal 9 to 5, you're probably in roughly the same, and then you probably wouldn't feel as satisfied because you're doing something you don't want to do.
Say I suppose having all these different jobs, it does keep it fresh and exciting, but at the same time, it is keeping that money coming in, isn't it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, it can be hard, especially with a young family and stuff. So have to keep going.
Yeah, cool. So in terms of community, not so long ago, it does seem quite a long time ago now. We did it was called the OUTLOUD exhibition, didn't we? And I suppose in terms of that, it was about communities coming together in terms of mental health. Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so it was last August, I believe. So probably it was about this time last year. I started to plan an exhibition called OUTLOUD when art meets mental health, which brought a lot of different creatives from different backgrounds to produce artwork for this exhibition, all based on mental health. So I wrote the brief and then sent that out to a lot of different creatives, and then ended up pulling the exhibition together, which was a huge success.
Yeah, it was so good, wasn't it? And I really liked the venue, going into it. And it wasn't just a normal venue, it was tattooists and stuff. So it was creatives in a creative space almost. It was really, really good, wasn't it?
Perfect space. Couldn't have asked for a better space, really. And it just worked out well. We got to see a lot of different mediums everywhere and different processes behind. Even everyone had the same brief, but there's so many different art pieces there.
So how did you find, so in terms of testimonials, reviews, networking, that sort of stuff, in response to this project, the brief and the exhibition, did you find that you had a lot of good response and people want to kind of do something else as well, or down in the future, other workshops and maybe events?
Yes, definitely. I had a massive response, and we are planning OUTLOUD 2.0.
Oh, exciting. Well, do you know if same venues or?
Yeah, I've got a meeting with Callum, the guy who owns the place, in the coming weeks to discuss date and possible end of the year. I think we're aiming for November. Just as a little sneak preview. The brief is written as well. The last one was called When Art Meets Mental Health. This one's When Art Meets Addiction. So we're changing it up slightly. So it'll just be addiction based as well. I know it's mental health, still mental health, so just coming away slightly from that and just concentrate on addiction this time. So the brief should be out in the world in the next couple of weeks as well. So start gathering all artists And there's a little side project as well. I'll keep that under wraps for a minute.
Oh, exciting. So a lot under it. And this is what I was saying, like referring back to like what we were firstly talking about, when you've got like a job doing like what it is that you do, and then you've got another project and then another project. And it's just, sometimes can get a bit overwhelming. I know I find
it's all keep track, yeah. I've got loads of projects in my head I want to get going, but you have to just do one at a time and hopefully it all comes together.
Which is leads on to my next question as we come towards the end of this week's episode. Do you have any like words of encouragement, wisdom when it comes to just anything that you feel that would be insightful for other people?
Yeah, as a freelancer, I'd probably start going back to money. It's always about money, isn't it, these days?
Yes.
I'd start with at least 6 months' wages in your bank. Just
Mm-hmm.
if you have a quiet month, you can just dip into that and grab a little bit out just to top yourself up and keep you going. Because when you haven't got any money, and there's a struggle sometimes to pay bills and stuff, especially if you're going full time. And try like have a structure of how your weeks, like plan your week, like on a Sunday. This is the way I'm going to do this week. Try to sort of stick to that. Even if you're doing social media, plan your social media posts and stuff like that. Anything that can help you throughout the week just to make life easier, really.
Yeah, definitely. Always good to have a plan, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Even if you don't stick to it, but you try best.
That's great. Well, it's been really good to speak to you today, Dan. It's really been much appreciated.
No worries. Thank you very much.